Hi. Hi. Greetings from Om Namah Shiva. You are welcome to my channel, Oil, Gas, Water, Knowledge Hub. A crude oil fired heaters, air preheater, you can say. Before going to discuss about air preheaters or crude heater, the fired heaters, it is known as process heaters also. Many places they will call only APH. Some places they will call process heaters. Some places they will call crude heaters, fire heaters, like this. Why this is required? Fire heaters, normally the crude will be extracted and transferred from the upstream to midstream. By some heating methods, they could maintain the heat and transfer the media to downstream area tanks. Once the crude reaches tanks, storage tanks in the refinery area, from there, actually there is a tank farm area called. From the tank farm area, from midstream it will come to the tank farm area. From tank farm area, they will transfer to refinery. Where it comes first? First it comes to heaters. Fired heaters. These fired heaters are used to hike the temperature by means of heating method, radiation method I can say, and the crude will become a vapor for further transformation and process to the reactor. From there reactor it goes to the fractionation columns. Okay. Now, see this picture. This is simple a fired heater in oil refinery process conditions. This is radiant shell. These are the burners. Radiant shell, convection box, and stake. So, normally from here, crude oil will come into the convection box. From top, from there, it will enter into the radiation shell coils. Through the coils, it will be vaporized, then it will be transferred to the further processing. Okay. Now let us understand in simple way how does it works. Crude oil furnace and air preheater, we can say fired heaters, process heaters, you can say. They will use, depends on requirement and design purpose. Here, this is the stake area. It may be some 16 to 20 meters long height. The convection box, then radiation. What happens? Process outlet this is. Okay. This is process inlet. From tank farm area, the crude will be transferred to this with little bit temperature, maybe 50, 60, 70 degrees Celsius. Sometimes they don't maintain also normal temperatures will be very ambient temperatures. Depends on the location again. Then they will transfer the crude oil to the convection box. In this convection box, there will be studded pipes. These studded pipes are most important. It is special material as per a design. Maybe alloy steel, inane, some mixed alloys will be there to resist the temperatures. With the low temperature, it will enter into the convection box. From the convection box, initially it will be preheated up to maybe 100, 120 degrees Celsius. Then it will come down to the radiential part through the coils. In these coils, the process will be heated up to 400 degrees Celsius, 399, 400 degrees Celsius. Okay. After heating this, through this coil, it is going to the further process. It will be transferred via piping only. Some pumps also will be used, heat exchangers will be used, reactors will be used for this purpose, transformation purpose. It will reach up to fractionation column. Already we have discussed about the fractionation column in the previous video. You can see that. What happens? So inside there will be a special brick material will be there in the convection box as well as in radiation. Okay. So you see this. The fuel supplied to the burners, forced draught fan, it will supply hot air to the burners. So what happens? Radiation will take place inside because of the temperature. Because of the radiation, this high radiation, this crude oil will be converted into the vapor. This vapor will go to further exchanges and all many things to maintain the temperature to transfer to the heaters, heat exchangers. From the exchangers, it will go to the fractionation column. Okay. This is the function of a forced draught fan to supply the air. See this, another line is there, induced draught fan. Sometimes they use this air preheaters, sometimes they use internally. It depends on the design again. That's why still I'm showing a separate air preheater here. Okay. Once this is transferred like this, you try to understand stake, why it is required. It is simply exhaust chimney or vertical pipe through which fuel gases escape from the fired heater. From this heater, it will escape. Exhaust gases will escape. Convection tubes, you will see in next slides, convection tubes. It is a convection section. Okay. This is header box, radial internally. It is fixed with heater, coils like this. So you see, these are the studded coils or studded pipes. It will be in the convection box. Okay. Radiant tubes are located in the radiant section. In this radiant section, there will be refractory work. It is a special refractory lining, heat resistant lining, commonly made from castable and ceramic fiber material inside this entire area. Okay, internal refractory work. Okay. In the convection box, where hot fuels, gases leave the radiant section and circulate at high speed through the tube bundle. Okay. From the radiant section, fly up and it will circulate around the tubes. That's the reason it is called a convection section. Hot fuel gases will be circulating around the studded tubes. That's why it will be preheated. The crude oil will be preheated more than the inlet temperature. The temperature will be more here. Okay. The radiant section, where tubes are directly heated by radiation from the burner flames. This is the burner. Because of the burner, the air supply, hot air supply, radiation will form. This radiation will heat at this. Again and again, we are discussing the same point. Why I am repeatedly telling, try to understand very clearly. And you are a junior person, you will understand very clearly. Once you go to field, you can see in the field what you learn from here. If you are a senior person, you can see the conditions in physically at plant and you can compare with the learned points, or you can educate support the juniors for further learning in the field. This idea of doing these videos, repeatedly I am telling, it is not a theory. It is only practically what you are going to do in the field, what type of equipments you are going to see and work on the specific special equipments. Everywhere, the safety is most important. Without safety, there is no life in the oil and gas. Okay. So, you are more valuable person when you are working in oil and gas. You are the responsible person for your family. So take care of yourself. Lot of radiation will be there. Equipment radiation will be there. Radiography radiation will be there. Any radiations will damage your internally. You don't know. If you touch anything hot surface, you will feel burn. Your hand will burn. But in radiant conditions, you cannot find any things. Externally, you are absolutely looks healthy, but internally, this radiation will damage your organs. So before working, going to work at live conditions near the furnaces, fire heaters, process heaters, furnaces, like this equipment, take care, be careful, and ensure that permit system is there. Without permit, don't go there. If something is leaking, report immediately there, because it is very dangerous. The crude oil, huge amount of crude oil will be transferring from the tank farm area to the heaters. Initially, it will come in the refinery first to the heaters only, crude oil heaters. Okay. So people are working around this. Don't go and stand for a long time while running the tank. Of course, these things are insulated. Many precautions are there. Still, some leaks are there. If you see these leaks, report immediately to the immediate authorities. So, again, this construction phase will be like this. See, all these things are insulated. This convection box, radiation are not insulated. It is bare body because internally there is refractory lining. It is high heat resistant lining commonly made from castable or ceramic fiber. That's the reason they don't insulate from the outside. Internal temperature is 399 degrees to 400 degrees Celsius, maybe plus also. But once it is leaving this, leaving from radiant shell to outside further processing, it should be 399 degrees Celsius when it enters in the fractionation column. Between this heater and fractionation column, there are a lot of equipments are there, pumps are there. These equipments, first it will go to some exchangers, then it will go to the reactor. There are different types of reactors also there. Again, it is based on design. We will discuss in next videos about the reactors. Okay. In the reactors, it will go from top only, not from bottom. Okay, that we will discuss in the next coming up videos. From the radiation cell, radiation shell, it will go to reactors. From the reactors, it will go to exchangers because heat loss will be there in between. Again, it will be get heated, get temperature. That's why heat excess they will use. Because they have to maintain 399 degrees Celsius to enter the fractionation column. You keep it in mind. It is an interview question. Somebody will ask you what is the temperature will be maintained at the entrance, at the entering into the fractionation column. Your answer should be 399 degrees Celsius to 400 degrees Celsius. That should be the answer. You can see in my previous video also, it is very clearly mentioned. Heating temperature, what are the products are there at this temperature, tar, diesel, okay, kerosene, diesel, naphtha, other products we have discussed in previous videos. Those products are coming out from this vapor only. It is not liquid which is entering in the fractionation column. So you should keep in mind, it is an interview question. The function of a heater, heater is to I can say to vaporize this crude oil entered inside the convection box, it will come out of the vapor in the presence of radiation heat. That's the simple function of a heater. Is it clear? Any doubts? You can talk to me and try to watch again and again for proper understanding. If you have still doubts, you can talk to me. Okay? So that I will respond to every individual for your clarity and understanding properly. Okay. Refineries are very good to work. Oil and gas field is a rich field, green field, rich field, brown field. In these fields, a lot of money is there. At the same time, a lot of dangers also. So you should learn first safety, how to work safely at these heaters, how to work safely inside the heaters. Shutdown, during shutdown, you are going to enter the heaters, radiant shell, convection box. They will dismantle for some time for maintenance purpose. Refractory relining work and all will be there. So take care of my friends. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support. Subscribe my channel, write your comments, share to your friends. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful time.